Game number 2 of the American League Championship Series between the Kansas City Royals and the Seattle Mariners. Obviously, in the regular season, 18 wins separated these two squads, and it is the 6 seed versus the 1 seed here in the race to win the American League pennant. And obviously, going into the series, the Mariners, huge favorites over Kansas City. The Royals, again, a solid regular season and a really good playoff so far, but again, the Mariners have been almost perfect. I believe they have been perfect so far in the postseason, and with 104 wins in the regular season, they are a very tough team to top. And if you missed game 1, well, link is in the description down below. The Mariners won that game by a score of 3-2. The Royals look to bounce back here in game number 2 before heading back to Kauffman Stadium and Kansas City, Missouri for games 3 through 5. Hopefully, we at least push it to 5 at the very least. On the mound tonight for the Mariners, it will be Luis Castillo, and for the Kansas City Royals, it will be Brady Singer as we get game number 2 of the ALCS underway from T-Mobile Park here in Seattle, Washington. Folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on the channel. There is the aforementioned Luis Castillo, the former Cincinnati Red with 1 start so far in the postseason, 2.57 ERA, and the 1-0 record with 7 innings pitched. Castillo will see Dylan Carlson first, and Carlson going to rip one to first, but straight into the glove of Seth Brown. Brown to Castillo. 1 gone now for the 2 spot, and Bobby Witt Jr. Witt has struggled some so far in the postseason, only batting 176, but somehow, some way, that is not the lowest average on this Royals playoff lineup. It is the 4th lowest because, my goodness, this team is struggling with the bats. Vinny Pasquantino is going to ground out to second base as we go into the bottom of the 1st. Here comes Brady Singer, ERA of 2.25 so far in the playoffs with a 1-1 record. Singer will first see the leadoff man for Seattle in Francisco Lindor on the 1-2 pitch. Lindor going to get jammed in the fastball up and in. There is Bobby Witt Jr. ranging back. 1 out for Alex Verdugo on the 1-2. Verdugo gonna break his bat. Bat goes way farther than the baseball. It is caught by Salvi Perez. 2 gone for Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez strikes out looking as we go into the top of the 2nd. Here comes Salvi Perez. Perez gonna chase a high and outside fastball. That's gonna be strike 3. In comes Jock Peterson on the 1-2. And Jock! Deep left field! No doubt about it! Opposite field power for Jock Peterson as the Kansas City Royals go up 1-0. 372 feet off the bat for Jock Peterson. Again, killed that baseball, no doubter, into left. And for the Kansas City Royals taking the lead early here against the Seattle Mariners on the road. A huge Jock bomb. As now for the Royals, it will be the 6th spot. Anthony Santander, the right fielder, on the 1-2 pitch. Blast one over the head of Francisco Lindor, who's shifted over the middle. Santander is going to be uneasy with a 1-out double. So Santander going to be standing on second base now for MJ Melendez on the 1-1 pitch. Melendez going to bounce one to the catcher and Oliver Perez. Perez throws to third because we try to advance with Santander, and Santander is tagged out at second. 2 outs for Luis Garcia, and the former National League All-Star Garcia gonna hit one up the middle. That ball gets through. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs for the Royals for Alec Bohm on the 1-2 pitch. Bohm strikes out swinging. Oh man, to the bottom of the 2nd. Teoscar Hernandez now to the dish for the Mariners. Hernandez gonna put one on the ground to Vinny Pasquantino, the All-Star. Pasquantino puts away Hernandez at first base. In comes Brian De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Swinger sets him down on the slider. 2 gone for Seth Brown, and Brown strikes out as well. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Dylan Carlson up first for the Royals. Perfect up the middle. Carlson obliterates one. He'll be on with the leadoff single for Bobby Witt Jr. on the 1-2. Witt gonna strike out on a slider. 1 gone for Vinny Pasquantino, and Pasquantino walks. So 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Huge spot for Salvi Perez on the 1-2 pitch. Perez blasts one. Oh my goodness. Right to short and straight to Francisco Lindor. Nothing Salvi can do about that one. And Jock gonna strike out on a slider. So the Royals, again, in the lead 1-0 as Gleyber Torres flies out of center field, but a lot of missed opportunities with many runners on base. Max Muncy comes up on the 1-2 pitch here, and he's gonna get one to bleed into left field. It'll be the Mariners' first hit of the game. Max Muncy's on with a single for Oliver Perez, but Perez strikes out swinging a horrible swing on the slider. 2 down for Francisco Lindor. The switch hitter on the 1-1 hits that ball in right field. That ball is going to get down. That might score a run. Lindor's gonna have extra bases, and I think it will. Max Muncy's gonna turn that one first to home. 1-1 is now our score thanks to Francisco Lindor's RBI double. Alex Verdugo now comes up, and on the 1-2 pitch, Verdugo hits that ball in the center field right to Dylan Carlson. So we move to the top of the 4th. In now to hit for the Royals, it will be Anthony Santander. And Santander, what are we doing? Swing and a miss. He did have a good swing in his first at-bat right there. He will strike out. MJ Melendez now comes up and he'll hit a fastball opposite way. It gets down in left field. MJ Melendez is on with a 1-out double. Runner yet again in scoring position for Luis V. Garcia, and Garcia strikes out on the slider. 2 gone. The batter will be Alec Bohm on the 1-2. Bohm strikes out swing. So another base runner left in scoring position for the Royals. Julio Rodriguez now comes up here, so off the bottom of the 4th. He'll strike out in the slider. 1 down for Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez to first and straight to Vinny Pasquantino. The backhand, and Pasquantino puts him away at first. 2 down for Brian Taylor Cruz on the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, swinging as we go into the top of the 5th. Dylan Carlson up first for the Royals. That ball hit him, and he checks his swing, so Carlson will be on first base. Now into the box, it will be Bobby Witt Jr., and Witt can hit a fastball into center field. That ball is going to be caught out there by Julio Rodriguez. 1 out now for Vinny Pasquantino on the 1-1 pitch. Pasquantino goes perfect. No way that ball hangs up. Wow. Rodriguez has got it in center field. Salvi strikes out. I mean, you thought after that Pasquantino swing, you're thinking first and second, 1 out. All of a sudden, Julio makes the play. As we go into the bottom of the 5th inning, there will be a leadoff single here for Seattle. So runner on first base for Gleyber Torres, the former Yankee, strikes out on the slider away. Down he goes. 1 out now for Max Muncy. He got everything going for the Mariners a couple innings ago with this single, but he'll strike out. Oliver Perez now on the 2-2 pitch. He'll ground 1 to second base straight to Luis Garcia. Let's go to the 6th inning. New pitcher in for the Mariners. It will be Isaiah Campbell. Area of 6.75 in the regular season. Only 3 games and only 8 innings pitched. And yet they go to him in a tie game in the 6th inning of the American League Championship Series. Well, obviously something's working early. He's going to get Jock Pearson to fly out. Now to the dish, Anthony Santander, and Santander is going to get popped out on a fastball. There will be Francisco Lindor calling everybody else off. Lindor has it. 2 outs, 7th spot up. MJ Melendez 2-2 offering. Melendez strikes out. So Isaiah Campbell, given the limited experience in the regular season, comes in and produces here in the postseason. We will see if we see him again for the 7th. However, for the bottom of the 6th, Brady Singer is still pitching for Kansas City. He's going to get Francisco Lindor to ground out. Alex Verdugo now comes up on the 2-1 pitch. Verdugo on the ground right to Luis Garcia. 2 gone, 3 spot up. Means Julio Rodriguez on the 1-2 pitch. Rodriguez blasts 1 to right, but straight to Anthony Santander. To the 7th, still tied up at 1. Luis Garcia up first. Isaiah Campbell still in the game pitching, but Garcia finally cracks the code. He'll have his first single off of Campbell. Runner on first with 1 out for no outs, actually. Well, okay, you might as well say 1 out with Alec Bohm at the plate. That ball's going to be caught in right field. Teoscar Hernandez has got it. 1 out. Dylan Carlson, the batter on the 1-1 pitch. Carlson hits 1 to right. That ball's going to get down, and now the Royals have first and second, 1 out. Huge spot coming for Bobby Witt Jr., but he'll strike out on a changeup. 2 gone. Vinny Pasquantino on the 1-2 pitch. Pasquantino barely reaches out, and that ball will be put away. Oh, man. To the bottom of the 7th. Teoscar Hernandez up first for the Mariners. That ball's going to be hit in the left. By the way, Brady Singer's still in. Hernandez on for leadoff single, and Bobby Witt Jr. is going to get hurt. He has some sort of, I think it was an elbow injury, diving for that ball. So Michael Garcia in now in relief at shortstop. So we have Garcia and Garcia at second and short. Salvi Perez is going to put away Teoscar Hernandez. I mean, obviously, this is great and all, and Michael Garcia is going to make the play, but we are more concerned about the health of Bobby Witt Jr. I will break the injury news to you right now. He is out for 1 to 2 months. He is done for the playoffs. He is done for the season. So we have to rely on either Michael Garcia or Jeter Downs to play short the rest of the way. And honestly, I'm thinking about sitting down Alec Bohm, so we just might play Downs and Garcia. Oh man, it's going to get messy. As speaking of messy, Scott Barlow comes into the game. Base knock for Gleyber Torres. First and second, 2 outs. Big spot for Max Muncy on the 1-2 pitch. Muncy on the ground. Luis Garcia. Oh, can't make the play. They're loaded with 2 outs for Oliver Perez. The 9 spot on the 1-2. Perez to second, and Garcia's got it. Oh my goodness, the Royals stay in the game at 1-1. To the top of the 8th, Isaiah Campbell still in the game pitching for the Mariners. If you question this guy's ability to play in a game like this, he has been dominant so far, and he's going to get Jock Peterson to fly out into center field. There is going to be Julio Rodriguez. 2 gone for Anthony Santander, and Santander is going to put 1 on the ground. That ball's actually going to get through. So Santander will extend the inning. He'll be on with a 2-out single, making way for MJ Melendez on the 2-1 pitch. Melendez just a little bit under the fastball. Ball's caught in center field. We move the bottom of the 8th inning up for Kansas City. Pitching now will be Andrew Chafin. First up for the Mariners, it will be Francisco Lindor. Chafin's been perfect so far in the playoffs. I'll see Lindor on the 1-2. Lindor deep left field, way up and way out of here. In the clutchest of clutch moments, Francisco Lindor puts the Mariners up 2-1. 421 to deep left field is second in the playoffs, and in a game like this, that is absolutely crucial for Seattle. Alex Verdugo now going to ground one to second base, but my goodness. I mean, you can feel the disappointment. In a game like this, in a game where, honestly, the Royals felt like they were in control. In a game where, yes, the score was 1-1. But a game where you felt like you were in control, you felt like you were just a hit away. The Mariners put one over the fence, and now the Royals down to their final 3 outs in the top half of the 9th inning. We got to get out of this inning, as Brian Taylor Cruz will blast one deep in left field. There's MJ Melendez. Melendez will put him away. But to the top of the 9th. Final hope for the Royals. Alexis Diaz now pitching for the Mariners, ERA of 4.50 so far this postseason with 1 save. He'll see Luis Garcia first, and Garcia walks. So there you go. Tying run on first base. Go-ahead run in the dish. We are taking out Alec Boehm. In comes Gavin Cross. I know defensively this doesn't make sense, but we got to do what we got to do, and that's not much better. I mean, Boehm would have struck out, so when you're really looking at things, okay, Cross gets on with better speed. In comes Dylan Carlson. He strikes out. Final hope for the Royals will be Michael Garcia because of the absence of Bobby Witt Jr., and down he goes. That'll do it for the Royals in game number 2. They will return home to Kansas City, Missouri, down 2-0 here against the Seattle Mariners. And it's tough, again, against a team that won 104 games in the regular season. It's always going to be tough to win games against this squad, and will be incredibly tough. If A, the bats can't get going and the team is not hitting the baseball well, and B, even if your star shortstop is not playing good baseball right now, having him gone, and especially a guy in the 2 spot who has been marked as the face of the franchise, that's unfortunate as well. So likely in game number 3, we will turn to Michael Garcia at shortstop, and I think, honestly, I'm going to make the switch at third base. We are going to play Jeter Downs instead of Alec Boehm. So we are going to get a real interesting lineup in game number 3 for the Royals. We're going to see if it turns out. Likely on the mound, I think it will be Asa Lacy. We'll see if Lacy can deliver in a spot at home against this dominant Seattle Mariners squad. So folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 53 of the Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on MLB The Show 23. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you like if you are enjoying the series so far. Again, folks, thank you for watching, and Mamba forever.